Welcome back to another episode of Project Profit. I am your host, David. As usual, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before investing in any of the things that we talk about here today. Speaking of today, we are going to talk about GameStop. Now, GameStop has been the subject of controversy for the last couple of years. They have had a couple legendary short squeezes that have made headlines in the financial world. Um, Roaring Kitty, the online user that has caused media storms uh, about trading GameStop, and it's just a controversy-ridden type company. There's a group of people that claim that it is the greatest thing ever, and that it's going to be a highly lucrative company in the future. And there are the other side that is saying that this is a scam, that these volume increases are no more than a way to try to manipulate the market. And I can see the reasoning for both, but I'd like to take a little bit more of a technical approach to it instead of an emotional approach. There have been a lot of people that have made or lost money with GameStop recently, so I would be very cautious and do some research before investing in it. But we're going to take a look here at the last year's worth of trading history on a weekly basis. And just on a basic technical analysis here, we can see a couple things. So this 50-week moving average is the blue line. The 200-week moving average is the yellow. So we are in a bit of a downtrend. This company has been going down for a very long time, and that is highly related to their business model that is brick and mortar. And everybody knows for the last 4 years, brick and mortar has not been the way to go. Brick and mortar was already taking a downward trajectory before everybody got locked in their houses for COVID. But since then, it's accelerated and exacerbated any company that relies on stores. So they're definitely seeing the results of this, but that does not mean it's a dead company. There have been numerous management changes. They have strong brand loyalty. They're not in a bad financial position. As far as I can tell, they've actually strengthened a little bit, but they're not in a great financial position either. And they're looking for a transformational strategy that could shift them into more online sales. And they're trying to get in with NFTs and blockchain technology and a couple things that they could use to really boost their company and put them on the next level. The only thing that we have to remember is that as a company, GameStop and what they do, their core business model is still selling things that many other companies can sell. I don't see a huge moat with GameStop. There's a lot of people out there that'll talk about GameStop, but to me, I keep thinking to myself, what is it exactly that GameStop can do that Best Buy cannot do? And Best Buy's had its own problems in some of the recent years. So, they've closed stores. They're not exactly circling the drain, but we have to be very wary here, about just the shifting marketplace and what it can do to companies. And we have to really think about how long can GameStop go on? If they can come up with a very positive stream of revenue that is unrelated to their brick and mortar stores, then yes. If they can get into blockchain and NFTs, then yes. I think there's definitely, if they can evolve their company beyond their name, because their name is ultimately GameStop. And companies can do a lot of things to make money, but they're not going to be selling games at a brick and mortar store and be a highly lucrative company. There's not that much of a market for it. I mean, there's more and more trends for kids to start shifting to PC games because every so often, the consoles are getting more and more expensive. You got your PlayStations, you got your Nintendos, and it's your Xbox. It's just all so much, and nobody really has the money to spend $500, $600, $700 on a system these days. They figure, why don't we just get a computer? This is just the way the market is trending. And I'm not saying console games are going away anytime soon, so there's still going to be a market for it. But even my kid's Switch, all the games we've purchased are online. None of them. We have a couple physical games, but most of them you can just download right from right from the Switch and from Nintendo, and that's it. You have it with you the rest of the time. You don't need to worry about carrying it. You don't need to worry about going to a store to get it. So there's definitely a lot of shifting market factors that need to be considered here. On a technical basis, this is extremely scary because the volume seems to just come out of nowhere. It would be kind of cool if you did have a couple shares of GameStop and you were involved in one of these spikes where everybody rallies behind it and pushes it up as high as they can to see if they can squeeze some investors out. But ultimately, it's going to come back down. You're not going to keep this gain. It's not going to stay. But this volume increase, it does pop up in spikes. It does, and then it'll go away. So it's probably more of a, it's definitely it redefined. It made what a meme stock is. But as far as a long-term investment, I would not. I would not see that. I would keep it. I would keep a few shares in my back pocket. I might trade it for something to do if I thought it was fun. But everything on a technical basis is telling me no. It's got graphs and candles that make no sense. It's in a downward trend. It's got random volume spikes that are highly related to market manipulation. So there's definitely some danger here. I would say this is more of a fun stock than a good stock. This is more of a hobby and less of an investment. So, I've had a lot of people ask me about GameStop, but my answer always kind of remains the same. It's more something you can dabble in, but I would not put any real money in it. Do not put your life savings into it. Do not put, your kid's college fund on this because it's not going to go well. It has just as much chance to fail as it does to succeed. But we'll see. There could be a real turnaround for GameStop. I've never written a company off completely unless it's already dead. But they could easily come back and surprise everybody. So they have a lot to offer still, and you just have to be wary. You have to think about the '90s and the video stores here. And where are they now? They're gone. They used to be a staple. You used to go there every weekend to pick up new videos, new DVDs, new Blu-ray, whatever the case was. But that is, with the changing times and the changing technology, it just didn't make it. They failed to evolve. So that is going to be really the big question long term for GameStop. Will they evolve? Will they succeed in evolving? And can they do it fast enough? Their management is changing. Their mindset is changing. They just have to alter their business perception and get the customers to rally around it because they do have a good name and everybody knows who GameStop is. But the business is the core. Are you going to turn a profit? That is really what we're looking for. So, with that being said, I'm going to post a couple articles on projectprofit.finance. Some of them are going to be talking about why GameStop is good. Some of them are going to be talking about why GameStop is bad. Do your own research before trading. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. All this is going to help our channel get started and boost our views and get us to where we want to be. So if anybody has any questions or comments, please let me know. All right, guys, have a good one.